and I come back to Winnipeg to finish my high school, and looking around and asking. In the meantime, I worked at the Metropolitan store on weekends on Portage Avenue. Do you remember the Metropolitan?
Sure.
That's where I used to work. And I made up my mind I wanted to go in training. Well, I never heard the end of it from the family. They wouldn't hear of it. They wouldn't hear of it.
What, they didn't want you to become a nurse?
Pardon?
They didn't want you to become a nurse?
No. The first year, everybody was cool towards me because being a nurse, you're carrying bedpans and blah, 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 blah. On the second year, they sort of mellowed down, I saw. On the third year, they started to be proud of me. So when I graduated, they were very proud of me. First of all, Barry, we came in 24, right? I graduated in 1935, 10 and a half years later. Mm-hmm. So I had to do a little bit of hard studying in order to do that.
Quite a bit of catch-up.
Well, the first elementary school was nothing. I was able to do it. Both Jaime and I started the David Livingstone School together.
What did Bill do?
Bill didn't count at that time. He was out at Sandy Lake.
Bill? No, Benny was at Sandy Lake, but didn't Bill go to school in Winnipeg?
Bill never had a chance. He was in Sandy Lake, and he used to do his schooling by correspondence.
Oh.
He had it harder than any. Well, Jaime didn't have it hard as far as if he wanted schooling. I wanted the schooling more than they did. So, and of course, I didn't know whether I'd be accepted. Don't forget you're on probation for 3 months. Mm-hmm. But finally, it all worked out fine.
Where did you do your nursing training?
Health science.
Uh-huh. But you had to live in residence.
That was the best time of my life, because don't forget my folks were in Sandy Lake. I had a wonderful time in training, and I'm not kidding you. I had a wonderful time.
Yeah, but they were pretty strict with you girls.
A superintendent? Are you kidding? There were 3 girls that started in our class when I did, in February 32. And you're on probation, of course, like everybody else. There was Rose Chodiker from Slough, Ontario, and another girl from Winnipeg, Jewish girls.
Oh, 3 Jewish girls.
And a whole class of non-Jewish girls. And after 3 months, the reports from each superintendent of the wards are sent into the superintendent's office. And you're called in, and you're being interviewed, and you're being told. I was the only one left. Uh-huh. I didn't have another friend. But I really loved it, and as you know, I got along beautifully with all of them for years. I corresponded with them, and some of them came to visit us in Gimli. Carol White with her husband came to Gimli to visit us and invited us to visit them in Tucson, Arizona. We never got there. It was a different type of...
So when you think back, are those some of the happiest times of your life?
Yes, because, Cal, my schooling years were always interrupted because we were moving. I was 8 years old when we went to Romania, and then I started Romanian school. So I was in school there for 2.5 years, come to Winnipeg, and Jaime Lusholm and I used to speak all the time on the boat coming. It took us a whole month on the boat. We had to make up our minds. We must forget Russian. We must forget Romanian because we have to learn English. And we used to count on our fingers if we learned a new word, how many he found and how many I found. That's how we started. And we were in kindergarten, both of us, because we just were able to talk to each other. Nobody understood us. So it wasn't easy schooling. It was interrupted all the time. But we did it.
Okay, you did it.